For the first time in nearly 15 years, Mars has gone quiet. Since June 12, 2018, NASA's Opportunity rover has not responded. A global dust storm stretching across the entire Martian surface has blotted out the sun, starving the rover of the solar power it needs to survive. Somewhere beneath that dim red sky, Opportunity waits. It's believed the rover entered a protective hibernation mode to conserve its remaining battery. Now that the storm has passed, there's still hope. NASA has given it 45 days until early October to respond. If it doesn't, this may mark the end of one of the most remarkable robotic missions in space exploration. So, what has Opportunity given us in return for its long service on a distant world? Let's retrace the extraordinary journey of this quiet hero on Mars and uncover what it revealed about a planet that may have once looked a lot more like home. Originally built to last just 92 Earth days, Opportunity defied all expectations by operating for almost 15 years. During that time, it revolutionized our understanding of the Martian surface, helping confirm that liquid water once flowed across its landscape. It holds the record for the longest distance driven by any off-world vehicle travelling over 45 kilometres across the rugged terrain of the Red Planet. But numbers only tell part of the story. Let's go back to the moment this little explorer touched down on an alien world. Opportunity launched aboard a Delta II heavy rocket and landed on the opposite side of Mars from its twin Spirit just 3 weeks later. After a parachute slowed its descent, retro rockets fired, and the rover bounced its way to a final stop right inside a tiny 22-metre wide crater, now known as Eagle Crater. It was a stroke of luck. NASA scientists called it a hole-in-one. They hadn't planned to land in a crater at all. In fact, they didn't even know it was there. As Opportunity unfolded and emerged from its protective shell, it immediately began surveying the strange world around it. The panoramic camera swept across the horizon, capturing outcrops of finely layered dust, so delicate that the individual grains were smaller than anything typically seen in Earth's sandstone. From day one, it was clear this was a place with stories written in stone. Opportunity's mission was to search for evidence that Mars was once habitable, that it could have supported life. It began its work with the rocks around Eagle Crater, scanning their textures and compositions. Soon it made a breakthrough. On its 30th Martian day, or Sol 30, the rover drilled into a rock face and discovered something remarkable: vugs, tiny voids in the rock, likely left behind as minerals dissolved in water. Even more telling were hydroxide ions found in the sample's chemical fingerprints that pointed unmistakably toward the presence of liquid water during the rock's formation. Then, using its wheels, Opportunity dug a trench into the soil. Beneath the dusty top layer, it uncovered shiny pebbles and ultrafine grains, objects shaped by processes we'd only ever seen in the presence of water. The case for a once wet Mars was getting stronger. After weeks of investigation, Opportunity rolled out of Eagle Crater at a humble speed of about 1 centimetre per second. Its next target, Endurance Crater, a larger depression about 200 metres wide. Along the way, it paused to snap a photo of a smaller crater fram, but didn't linger. It reached Endurance by Sol 84 and began scouting a safe way in. Getting down was easy enough, but getting back out would be a real challenge. Eventually, Mission Control decided the risk was worth it. Even if Opportunity couldn't climb back out, the potential scientific payoff made the gamble worthwhile. Once inside, the rover began a careful survey. At a place called Karatepe, it examined layered bedrock evidence of sediment built up over time. The layers hinted at something extraordinary, not just a single wet event in Mars's history, but episodic floods returning again and again over time. Still, the water here was likely shallow, perhaps more like seasonal ponds than oceans. In the sky above, Wispy cirrus-like clouds floated past. Mars was proving itself eerily Earth-like, yet entirely alien. Opportunity's next major stop wasn't a crater, but a crash site, its own heat shield. There the rover stumbled upon something unexpected, a metallic rock unlike any it had seen before. This was heat shield rock, and it turned out to be the first meteorite ever discovered on another planet. But Mars wasn't finished testing the rover. While travelling through a region called etched terrain, Opportunity got stuck. Its wheels sank deep into a soft dune, now known as Purgatory Dune, burying the rover in fine Martian dust. For nearly 20 sols, the rover didn't move. Engineers on Earth scrambled to recreate the conditions in simulated labs, testing solutions before risking any commands. Slowly, cautiously, the rover crept forward, centimetre by centimetre. On Sol 483, Opportunity finally broke free, all 6 wheels once again on solid ground. From that experience, it received a software upgrade designed to prevent future entrapments. Once again, the little rover was ready to explore. By the time it reached Erebus Crater, Opportunity was smarter, stronger, and more experienced than ever. Its discoveries had already reshaped our theories about Mars, proving that water had once existed there, not in a single catastrophic flood, but in multiple repeating cycles. Its panoramic images had revealed weather patterns, erosion, and geology never seen before outside Earth. But above all, it proved something powerful, something deeply human. That even the smallest explorer far from home can change the way we see an entire world. You might be wondering, how do we turn a pile of soil, a dusty trench, or a rocky outcrop into scientific discovery? It's not just technology, it's curiosity. It's method. It's the scientific process at work. The same process you can explore yourself through learning. Whether you're fascinated by astronomy, physics, or the nature of discovery itself, the universe is always waiting for more explorers. Opportunity may now be silent, but its story continues in every question we ask and every answer we seek. So let's keep going. Let's keep wondering, because that's what exploration is all about.